So I don't know if you've watched any of the other coaching things I did in the past. Have you before? Do you know how this is basically going to work, or what?
I've gone through them really briefly, but I haven't been able to watch the whole thing.
Okay, that's fair. Basically what I do is I try to like guide you to where you should be rather than just telling you. So I open up with like, what do you think you should do here and why? And sometimes the turns will take long, so if we lose a couple of games because it takes a little while to get there, I apologize. But I want to like teach you more than just get you a couple of wins in the hour. So that's basically how it's going to be structured. So what do you want to keep here and why, basically, is the first question.
Yeah, so basically my thought was I get rid of Kazakis and keep the other three, and possibly doing a turn one play of Galloping Savior, and then maybe coining out Northwatch.
I like keeping Kazakus on the coin. I'm sorry, I opened this up late. We can just keep everything here.
Okay.
But when I'm on the coin, personally, I like keeping Kazakus just because it's something flexible, and you start with an extra card, and especially in the mage, it's probably going to try to do something pretty drastic because of Incanter Slow. They could have really big swing turns. You're going to want big mid-game power spikes as well, personally.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And for those of you who want to know how to sign up for coaching, just real quick, stream stuff. Exclamation point coaching, and I would prefer you don't do that right now because I'm in school still, but in like 2 weeks it'll be up and running fully. But I liked your play with just opening with Galloping Savior.
Cool.
And I'd save the coin perhaps to maybe coin out Northwatch Commander. And if worst case scenario when he triggers the secret, you can just play Knight of Anointment and it's fine.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I figured with Anointment he could just ping that off on this turn if I started with that one, so...
Okay, well that was unexpected. This is not no minion mage. Okay, so what do you think you should do here and why?
Yeah, so this is where I was thinking coin out the Northwatch Commander. It'll let me kill that off. It'll also get me a little bit of draw early on.
That's what I was thinking as well. I just like triggering a 3-4 draw card as early as possible. And you should probably curve out with some other good stuff on the next couple of turns as well. Secret Mage is probably Secret Mage, yeah. Somebody in the chat asked. If I ever say anything that's weird, and not really anything relating to what you said, I'm probably reacting to chat, just to let you know.
Awesome.
Okay. Thoughts?
Let's see. I'm thinking maybe kill off the Arcanologist, play the Scorpid first, though, and see if I can get anything.
Okay, good. The order there. For the discovering first, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's where I'd probably go with play the Scorpid and then see what I can get off that.
Yeah. It's usually good. Well, not you. Well, it's almost always good to discover first. Are you looking at cards right now? Because I do not see them.
Yeah, so Libram of Wisdom, Shield of Honor, and Stand Against Darkness.
Libram of Wisdom, Shield of Honor, Stand Against Darkness. What do you think you should take there?
Let's see. I mean, if we do Shield of Honor, well, I can't play it this turn anyway. Probably Libram of Wisdom.
You don't really have synergy with it in your deck, but I mean, it's fine. Just Endless Pumps will help you in the late game, or long run, I guess. And then, yeah, the trade is what I would do as well.
Alright.
Well, that's weird. I thought that I would see what you're discovering if I was spectating. That's weird. I feel like usually I've been able to see it, so that's weird, but... Are secrets ever worth not running for Paladin? No. As long as it's the way that it is right now, and you have the Sword of the Fallen, and a couple of other things that allow you to just draw these cards without too much of a problem, I would say always run the secrets. For 1 mana, their impact is insane. Well, that was a weird play. The ping and then devolving missiles. I mean, if he was going to devolving, I would have just done it first. Okay, but thoughts? What do you want to do here and why?
So I'm not sure if it's really worth playing Kazakis yet, because I don't really know what I'm going to have to deal with yet.
That's fair.
I think possibly maybe Safety Inspector and then just Libram and hit face for now is kind of like a time killer turn. But what are your thoughts?
Personally for me, because the Safety Inspector is going to get rid of Knight of Anointment, which is already going to draw you a card anyway. So I would probably draw a card and Scorpid to just generate resources, and Safety Inspector a little bit later, because the card you're getting rid of is good. Like, I'd say that Safety Inspector is usually used to get rid of an early secret if you don't want it, or, you know, Libram of Wisdom, because it might not end up being that good.
Gotcha. All right, cool. That makes sense. And then Scorpid here.
Yeah. Oh, I would have put Scorpid in the middle to play around Combustion. It doesn't really work because it still adds up to 4, but, you know.
Gotcha. And then Avenge, Libram, and Pursuit of Justice.
I guess Libram again, and then hit face. I'm sorry, that was... That's one of the problems with the coaching thing while I'm trying to, like, guide you there is the time constraint, so I apologize for the... Gotcha. Avenge might have been better. Now I think about it, that was just a quick decision. But Avenge might have been better there, because if he kills one minion and it pumps up another to apply pressure. But...
Gotcha. And why Scorpid in the middle?
Because of the mage card Combustion. Combustion is the card that does 4 damage to a minion and then does excess damage to each side. So let's say you Libram, let's just say hypothetically, you Libram of Wisdom, the 1/3, and it was in the middle. Combustion would no longer kill off the 2 1/1s on the side.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay, so what do you think you should do here and why?
Let's see.
To answer your question, Cam, I like Token Druid the best. I think it's the best Druid deck out there right now.
Maybe try and Libram up one of the 1/1s with both of them. And also throw out Reckoning, maybe? Because that would, if he does have Counterspell, I don't think that's a huge loss. Actually, the Librams would go first, so...
I actually like Reckoning more, because he might play the 4-drop that does damage to everything. So I would probably test with the Libram, and then Reckoning, and then Libram.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay. And if it's... Okay, Netherwind, I would trade in with the Scorpid, just to kill it off, and then Libram again, and then just go face. And just to speed up the process, what do you think you should do next turn? I feel like I should be asking you this before the next turn starts, so that way we have more time.
Yeah, I think normally at this point I would go Hammer.
Okay.
Now with the Scorpid. And I guess I could trade in the little pumped up Murloc that I have. I can just hit it with the weapon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I usually try to conserve board when I can.
So weapon with the taunt.
Yep, and it corrupts both of your things. And yeah, perfect. How much do you think I can grind with no minion mage? I think no minion mage is good. I think no minion mage is a good deck. I think other decks are better, like Face Hunter and pretty much all Paladin decks, but no minion mage is definitely viable. Oh, that's weird. I've never seen the Reckless Apprentice interaction with Reckoning, because nobody plays Ping Mage. Since none of the individual hero powers did 3 damage, Reckoning doesn't kill it. I thought that since it added up to 6, that Reckoning would just kill the minion. Interesting. I didn't know that interaction. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I don't think that really changes much, but that is still my bad. Okay, so what do you want to do here anyway?
Let's see. Now, would you go with clearing off the Apprentice with the weapon and the Murloc? And then maybe doing Commander and Kazakis? Because I think it's probably still early. It's like too early to do the Griffin, even though it's been corrupted.
I don't think it's too early to do the Griffin. It applies the most pressure. But I would play the Safety Inspector first to see if it's Mirror Entity, just in case. And you get to draw a
Gotcha.
card, so that way you can be a little bit more flexible that way.
Let's see.
Like,
So
usually if you want to
expected-
play a turn, the drawing a card would be the most important thing. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So you can play the 5-drop and then Oh My Yogg to protect your board. And then... Honestly,
Gotcha.
I'd just go face, because he has to get through an 8-8 taunt, right? Like, how does he kill off this giant 8-8 here?
Hit with the weapon too.
I would say, yeah. Ooh, counterspell the Oh My... That's fine. It counters a pretty useless card. Because one of the reasons I think this is okay is because he's already played Devolving Missiles. He's already played both Scorpids. So I feel like there are very few ways that Mage can get over the 8-8. Like, statistically speaking, he has 1 Devolving Missiles left in the deck with, like, 18 cards still there. So I think it should be fine. But if he has one, that's just unlucky.
Gotcha. And then we can always go with that other one
Yeah.
if he does clear that off right away.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just to get ahead of the game before he plays anything, what do you think you should do next turn, and why?
So based on what I have now, I'm wondering again if this is where we would just do Commander, see what we can get, then probably I don't know. It might be worth putting out the other Griffin.
Mm-hmm. I do agree with the commander play. I would say that that would be the #1 priority. And you already have 1 Griffin out. I think a second one would be a little bit of an overextension, personally.
Gotcha.
But just because you already have 1 on the board, and if he does have removal somehow, and you already have the same amount of pressure, regardless of what you play, you're threatening lethal next turn, so... I'm
Gotcha.
sorry,
Now, is it
I do not
worth-
speak Russian, by the way, person in the chat.
Is it worth trading in Griffin or just going face with that at this point?
Just
do
going face
Commander
at this
first?
point. Well, commander
Okay.
first, yeah. Drawing is usually the best thing to do. Unless you, like, need to play something. Like, let's say it's turn
the
8 and it's
middle?
Twisting Nether.
In the middle for placement?
I would say on the right side, because the 8-8 will help against combustion, because it probably won't die. Okay. So now, yeah, you definitely go face here, because Alexstrasza is 8 direct damage, and it should be fine. Ice Barrier, okay, it's kind of unlucky, but again, usually in a position like this, where the person has few resources left, and you already have a giant minion that he has to kill, I would just go face here every single time. And then I'd play
And then
Kazakus.
anything else? Kazakus?
Yeah, and I can't see what you're deciding, so I'd take a 5-drop and then ideally Divine Shield or Stealth and then make a copy. I can't see them, but if you can choose those 2, that would be ideal.
Yeah, Divine and Copy is on there.
Okay,
so I
that's
did that.
that's great. Okay. Epic Gaming, indeed, some dude wrecker. I don't. That's a weird name.
So hopefully he can't clear everything off. We just hit him with something and then Alexstrasza.
Yeah. One thing that you could have done, I mean, obviously it's too late now, but also it didn't set up lethal, is if he had 1 less HP, I would have said play Libram of Wisdom on one of the minions and push 2 extra damage to set up for lethal with Alexstrasza. You didn't, because he'd be at 9 HP, but I'm just saying that it would have been kind of close. But, okay.
So is he maybe setting up for a Flame Strike?
I think, so my thought process here is he's setting up to play the 10 mana 10/10 that does 10 damage to everything. It's about to be turn 10. I think that's what he wants his big play to be. So what I would probably do is, since the Greater Golems have Divine Shield, I would probably play them, Oh My Yogg, to protect them on the board, and then maybe put Libram of Wisdoms 1 on each one, just to make them a little bit beefier. So that way, if he also has Flame Strike, it doesn't do anything, because they'd be at 6 HP each.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Actually, you only have 9 mana, so I'd still go 1 Libram of Wisdom and then 1 Oh My Yogg, I guess.
Okay.
Just to protect against this spell. And, like, so, You need to think about, obviously this deck is not one you'd normally play against, so this one's a little bit weird, but you have to think about what the biggest play they could make is. So like if I was playing against a Warlock, I probably wouldn't commit this, because Twisting Nether would just kill everything. But for Mage, you know that their best removals are Flame Strike and the 10 mana 10/10, which can't get through Divine Shield. And that's just something that you have to think about. Like, I know that Mage's removal can't get through that Divine Shield. Devolving Missiles, I guess, could, but if he Devolving Missiles, that means that he can't also play the 10 mana 10/10, and you'll just be in a good spot. And now you just win.
Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's something that I don't really think about enough with, you know, what their, like, end game and win conditions are. I think I'm staying usually more, like, in the moment with it.
Yeah.
As opposed to thinking that far ahead.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things they have to do. Like, I keep using Warlock as an example because Twisting Nether is such a good removal. And you have to think, like, if I commit now on turn 6, can I end it by turn 7 and not get to Twisting Nether? Because if the answer is yes, then you can commit. But if the answer is no, then I might hold back. Or if I'm Paladin, I might just play a small minion hero power as opposed to, let's say, playing the 3/3 weapon with the 6/6. I might play that turn 8 after he Twisting Nethers or something.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So you just got to think about like what they could do in advance and try to play around that, as well as play around like what's on the board right now. There are a lot of things you have to think about.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, let me start up another one with the same one.
Okay. Coaching series. Theoretically, yes, I do enjoy coaching, and I feel like a series on this would be really, really fun and cool. And since a lot of people who watch me, like, you guys try to, you know, learn from me and just learn how to play the game better, a coaching series is definitely something that I would love to do. So, yeah, that is the plan. What druid do you prefer? Celestial, Primordial, Clown, or I said Token Order. I think Token is the best for climbing. Okay, so what do you want to keep here and why?
So I clearly get rid of Alexstrasza. Now I'm curious. Do you think the Hand of a Doll is worth keeping without a 1-drop to start with?
I really like Hand of a Doll. I think it's probably one of the most kept cards. I can look on Hearthstone Replay right now. Just across the board, it's kept because worst case scenario, you play at turn 4 and pump up a Silverhand Recruit, make a 3/3, and draw a card, which isn't terrible. So I would say keep Hand of a Doll almost every single time. And what do you think about Galloping Savior?
Savior as well in this case.
I would say no, I don't keep Savior, because priests don't play a lot of cards on any given turn. So it'll probably never trigger. And I'd say that there are other cards in your deck that I would rather have. So I'd get rid of Alex and Savior.
Gotcha, okay.
Just because I think that it's just in general better. As a matter of fact, I think Galloping Savior, in terms of how often it's kept, Galloping Savior is the most kept secret, but it's still only kept about 37% of the time. And I'd usually keep it against Rogue and Mage, and maybe Hunter, but that's about it.
Gotcha.
I'd pass here.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth playing Yogg to deal with the coin.
Oh my goodness, your hand is bad. Both of the dragons? Oh no. I didn't even look at that. Oh, and one other thing. I just want to throw this out there. Have you considered taking out Ysera and putting in the 6 mana 5/6 dragon with the death rattle to summon another guy?
I haven't thought of that for this one. I was playing with the broom one for a while, but I just felt like it was kind of useless, but that had that one in it.
Because I think the 5/6, personally for me, it's performed better. Because Ysera's just really late game, and this to me is a more mid game. And yeah, just hero power. There's nothing else you can do. But it's more of a mid-rangey deck, and it's a 6-drop that can corrupt a Griffin a little bit easier. And it does hurt your late game, I guess, a little bit, which is fair. So if you want to keep in Ysera for certain matchups, you can. But I think across the board, it would just be more helpful into the faster decks, like Rogue and Hunter and other Paladins, having that 6-drop that's sticky, because it has a death rattle that summons another minion would be better.
Gotcha.
But okay, what do you want to do here and why?
Now, in this case, is it worth playing the Scorpid already? I think that my initial thought would just be do Hand of a Doll and go for a face.
I mean, I probably would Scorpid because it's a little more mana efficient. But Hand of a Dolling and pushing face isn't bad either. I would, because, well, it's a priest, so it's probably going to heal up whatever damage you deal. I personally, against a priest, try to get resources. If this are, say, a rogue or, again, something that, like, doesn't have that much healing, I'd say the damage is more important. But
So Avenge, Libram of Justice, or Day at the Fair?
Day at the Fair, Day at the Fair. Day at the Fair is the healing one?
No, summon 3 recruits.
Oh, okay. I would say the first one, Avenge. Just because secrets mess with the opponent's head, and if he doesn't wipe your whole board, it can give something a pump. Day at the Fair. Yeah, it's not really that good. It's wiped by basically everything, and the other one was... What was the middle card again? It's okay if you don't remember. It's fine.
Yeah, I already forgot. Sorry.
Okay, so what do you think you should do here?
Let's see. I mean, he still has the coin. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth doing Yogg at this, or Oh My Yogg at this point.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I would probably do Avenge.
Okay.
Or when he clears one of them off. And then Hand of a Doll on the 1/1.
Okay.
And that would probably be it, because I like to have Yogg around, or Oh My Yogg, so I wouldn't want to get rid of that with Safety Inspector.
That's fair. I would draw a card with Hand of It All first, just to see if you draw another 1-drop they might be able to get rid of or something.
Night of Anointment?
Yeah, it's actually worth to play. I'd play that and then just Avenge, probably, and go face. I should have said this earlier, but we were running out of time, and I didn't. I would have probably Hand of Adolled the 1/3. Because Hysteria now, if the 1/3 hits the 1/1 and then the 3/3... Because, like, now... Okay, that could have gone badly if the 3/3 hit the 1/1 first, but if the Scorpid was a 3/5, it would live there pretty much every single time. We were just running out of time-ish. And...
Gotcha, yeah.
Oh... So, okay, now his coin is gone, which is quite good for us. But what do you think you should do here, and why?
Let's see. First day of school, to see if I can get anything decent off of that.
Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Honestly, here for me, I would just play both the 1-drops and then the Crimson to draw a card. That's what I would personally do, because I think drawing a card is just really, really good in general. And Sword of the Fallen. Okay. So, what do you think you should do with your last mana?
I'd probably do Oh My Yogg.
For 5 mana, what does he remove? I would maybe say Reckoning to bait out another spell. Because Oh My Yogg, there's not really much you have to protect right now. Like, this board is just a bunch of 1-drops. I'd say Oh My Yogg to protect a bigger board would be better. Like, let's say you play a Griffin or something, that would probably be a little bit more impactful to save.
Gotcha. Okay.
But now he's probably going to play another spell. It's going to be suboptimal for him, seeing if it's Oh My Yogg. And then he will have wasted another bait spell. Okay, well. Well, that's lame. He had a 0 mana, just... Okay, well. And on the bright side, if you had played Oh My Yogg there, it would have just countered a, like, just 1 0 mana thing, so...
Yeah.
How are you today? I'm doing pretty good, Nicolo. How's it going?
Let's see. So here's a spot. So, I mean... I think the Griffin is going to be, overall, the best use of mana. But it's not corrupted. So I guess I'm a little torn on when that's still worth playing if it's not corrupted.
I'd usually play it if I didn't have another play. But here I would probably play, just what I would do, just right off the bat, is probably Safety Inspector to draw a card, Sword of the Fallen because you have ways of getting secrets out of your deck, and then killing off the 2/3 and probably seeing what you draw. Well, see what you draw first off of Safety Inspector, I guess.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay, Reckoning's fine. Okay, so the weapon's gonna be really good in a turn or two, and then I just go Sword. Probably Oh My Yogg, hit the 2/3, and then Hero Power. And then you hit with the 2/3 into the 2/2,
yep.
And then just go face with the other two. Returning back to the game after over a year. Only wanted to play Priest. Which deck should I invest Dust into? Thank you for the $5, Zachary, for the super chat. And personally for Priest, I would probably recommend a Control/Heal Priest. There are a couple of deck lists on Hearthstone Replay that are like that would just say Heal Priest or Control Priest. Those are the two that I would say. And then I have one other deck that I found really fun, and it's for God Priest, but that's really expensive, and I wouldn't recommend that. But okay, what would you do here?
So we have a Reckoning up.
Which is kind of unfortunate that you drew the other secret, but that's fine.
Yeah. This is probably a spot where I would kind of freeze up. So I'd be interested in your thoughts on here.
Well, I want to play the weapon to corrupt the Griffin. You still have 2 secrets in your deck, I think, and yeah, you still have 2 secrets in your deck. So I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, you could hit with the weapon because you're gonna take 6 damage either way. I'd probably just hit with some stuff and then weapon up after. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. And then would you get rid of like the 2/1 and one of the 1/1s?
One of the 1/1s, yeah. Wait, okay, none of the other secrets were secrets that weren't on the board, right? Do you have all... it's just these 3, right?
Gallop, Reckoning,
Galloping,
and Oh My Yogg.
Okay. Okay, so playing the hammer there was actually correct. I thought maybe you had 1 extra secret. That was my bad.
No, we got the one that I pulled earlier, but we played that one, the Avenge.
A claw machine? That's weird to me, but okay. Oh, shoot. I need to check to make sure the coaching times are correct, because I will have classes and papers and stuff due. Wait, what did he just play? Raise Dead.
Raise Dead.
Turns into... Okay, he loses nothing here. Okay. Thoughts?
Let's see. Go face with everything that I have on there. Do the Griffin and maybe Hero Power.
Yes. Okay, why do you not want to play the Venomous Scorpid, though? I'm curious. Because I think that's the correct play, but I want to know why you're thinking about not playing the Scorpid.
I guess it would... I guess it wouldn't kill this with the Divine Shield anyway, unless he had something to remove it with before the Hysteria. But that's my concern, that he would Hysteria the Griffin after, like, pinging it somehow.
I mean, if he Hysterias and it hits one of the other small minions first, and then the Scorpid, because Hysteria hits everything, potentially, that's what I was worried about, too. So I think you make the right play by not playing the Venomous Scorpid here.
Gotcha. And just stick this somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, placement doesn't matter against Priest, I don't think. So just play it Hero Power and just go face with everything. Full face. Full send. Mithras Smith? Can I get a shout out? Okay. Hello. I mean, the only big removal here would probably be Soulmere or like Shadow Word Death or something, but that's gonna happen regardless. Okay, so just thinking ahead, because when we talk about turns, it sometimes takes a while. What do you think you should do next turn?
Well, I have room in my hand for everything from Ysera. And with that, if he does use that removal, it won't actually kill it off. It'll just make it a 4/8, so...
Yeah. I was thinking Ysera too. Usually I like playing Alexstrasza I mean, if you didn't have anything else, I'd still probably play Alexstrasza, but I'd usually save Alexstrasza for burst late game, and since you have another good late game play like Ysera, like, let's just say you had another Hammer of Naru, or even, yeah, Hammer of Naru. I would play the Hammer of Naru over Alexstrasza, because I like Alexstrasza for burst most of the time. But this is perfectly fine, actually. This is more than fine. Okay. This is fantastic.
So in this case, would you use Alex to get rid of the 8/8?
I was still thinking I'd play Ysera. But Alexstrasza the 8/8 could... The only problem is that still is I like using it to burst someone down. So I was thinking Alexstrasza and then using Nightmare on one of the 1-drops, and then Nightmare hit with your face into the 8/8, and then go face with the other 2 things. Because you're against a priest where your health doesn't really matter. The priest is at no point really going to do damage to you, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Like, if this were a hunter, I would trade the 8/8 in and save Alexstrasza for, like, healing purposes. But against a priest, since you know that they're not going to do that much damage, it's not like he finished Cthulhu or anything, I'd just use your health as a resource to keep minions alive. And that's just one thing you have to pay attention to, like, matchup-wise. And then go face to try to maybe set up Alexstrasza a little bit later. And, again, would probably save Alexstrasza for burst late game, but we'll see what he ends up playing. Obviously, there are a lot of things that could go this way. Oh man, I should have had my coaching thing a little bit more set up. Oh boy. Okay, that's a little unfortunate, but not the worst. Oh, it gets Divine Shield back. That's pretty sick, actually. Okay, so what do you think you should do here, and why?
Let's see. We still have Reckoning up. Do we just do Dream on the 8/8?
I would discover a spell first off of Venomous Scorpid, because let's say you maybe get a Pump or Conviction, you might be able to find almost lethal, and you want to know what you want to do from there. So what do you get?
Galloping, Oh My Yog, Wave of Apathy.
I'd probably take Oh My Yog. I think it's the most valuable of all the cards that were shown there.
Cool. And then Dream the 8/8 to return it back to his hand.
It sucks that you have like no damage, but I'd probably say, yeah. I'd probably bounce it to hand to push some damage. Okay. And then probably like Oh My Yog and either... Oh, wait, you can Oh My Yog and then play Northwatch and the 2/5, and or just one of them if you want to play conservatively. Both work. The only reason I'm doing that, or I think you should do that, is because I think that he's gonna play the 5/5 Divine Shield taunt minion again, and I feel like you need extra minions on board to try to get through that. Mm-hmm. And the potential Apotheosis, yeah, that's true. Like you had to dream the 1/8 there. Yeah, because Apotheosis could have also given him a ton of healing next turn. That's all very true. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Galloping Savior, he's got 1 mana, so you can just 1/2 into the 1/9, Poisonous into the 9/9, and then just Alexstrasza face and kill. That's definitely lethal.
Awesome.
Who's the other guy? It's the guy I'm coaching. That is why it says coaching in the title of the stream. And for those of you who haven't hit the like button, there are 175 people here and only 25 likes. That is a ratio of like 1/7, I think. quick math, I think that's 1/7. It's not very good. I feel like there are more people typing than have clicked the like button. Just throwing that out there. Let me change my availability. Because the goal is just for the future, for those of you who want to get coached. Ideally, what happens is I coach on stream. That is the ideal what happens, because that way it gets content and people who want to learn how to play can also watch it. And if somebody's uncomfortable with being on stream but still wants to do coaching, you can sign up and then just message me and be like, I don't want to be on stream, and that'll be fine. We can just set up another time. And if I don't like the content, well, if you don't like the content, then you don't have to like it. But as soon as I said that, the likes jumped up to 150, or not 100, it jumped up to 56. And so it more than doubled, so that's pretty sick. How to get coached. If you do !coach, it'll give you a link. And then the link doesn't work because it uses @ecore. And then that makes the YouTube chat think like, oh, you're adding somebody in the chat. So it messes up the link. But you can just copy and paste that link and it'll take you to the site. Oh my gosh, everybody's, oh my gosh.
Just let me know when you're ready for me to start up a new one.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can just start up new ones whenever. Okay. I'm sorry that I didn't say that. Just know that you are the priority. I'm just kind of selling myself as I'm waiting for the next game to start. It just said I was waiting for the next game to start, and I thought that you were already searching. That's my bad. Everybody likes you, well, thanks, man.
Alright.
I hate hunters.
So, so being it's a hunter, we were talking last time, if it's some kind of aggro hunter, it's worth keeping Galloping Savior for. I might just get rid of Kazakis, because turn 2 I'll be able to do the first day of school, and then actually play something off that. Or do that on turn 1 and play Galloping Savior on turn 2.
See, I like keeping Kazakis in the hunter, especially on the coin, because you could get the Lifesteal Golem, which is really the only way you have of healing in this deck. So I just like keeping Kazakis almost every time, just in general. I'd get rid of Reckoning personally, and that would probably be it. Galloping Savior you could get rid of as well because you have first day of school, and it might just be better to play minions. So I'd probably get rid of Reckoning, maybe Galloping, and then keep the other two.
Alright, yeah, let's keep those first two then and see what that brings.
Okay. It's not bad. But yeah, Kazakis is the highest win rate. I don't know if you check Hearthstone Replay for stats on stuff, but Kazakis is one of the highest win rate cards when kept. First day of school as well. And then in terms of like consistency, the secrets are usually not kept that much. Again, Galloping Savior sometimes, but we'll see what you get here.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Against a hunter, I'm trying to think, is it worth it to just coin out a 2/3 to contest the board? I would probably do it.
Cultist.
Yeah, because into hunter, the whole point is you don't want to die. I mean, that's pretty much what you want to do in every matchup. That's not any revelation or anything. But into hunter, I think it's better to try to make as many early proactive plays as possible to try to just survive. There's no way. Wait, what is he doing? If he... Oof. Really? I feel like that's weird. I would have probably put it on the 2-1 and just trade and kept 2. But I'm not him, I guess. Lyrical, the TTP Decks thing works in my Discord, not in the YouTube chat. So what do you think you should do here and why?
Hand of a Doll, get rid of the 2/2, and then I'll still be able to have something on the board that I can work with next turn. He doesn't have anything with over 3 attack yet, so I think Reckoning can wait.
I was thinking try to play Tour Guide, Mystery, and your Hero Power, because it'll be free with Tour Guide, to just develop the board. Because I think having one bigger minion is worse than having a ton of small minions to kill off all of his 1 health minions. And then I'd probably, like you said, kill off the 2/2 with your 2/3. That, I think, stays the same.
Galloping again, or Reckoning, or Oh My Yog?
I would say Galloping, and then just Hero Power trade. Okay, you had time. That's good. Or at least it looked like you had time. Okay, good. And once you get the board presence, you should be fine. And then hopefully Kazakus gets you lifesteal. And if he does, you probably win. And if he doesn't, then you just hope to have enough pressure to win the game, I guess.
Gotcha.
Exclamation point coaching is or coach. Oh, it's exclamation point coaching. Just the whole thing. I could, I guess, make it just coach, but if it's I misspelled. Okay, well that's embarrassing. That's not how you spell coaching. But it's the whole thing. Oh my gosh, I cannot type. There we go. Wow. This is such a massive freaking board already. Okay. Thoughts?
So trade in 2 of the 1/1s into the 2/1s. Hand of a Doll into the 2/2.
I would say that, yeah. But I would hand of it all first. I mean, I don't think it really changes what ends up happening here, but it's always good to draw first.
Safety Inspector.
I mean, he only has 2 cards in his hand, so is Galloping even worth it? I'm trying to think. I think it might be better to just play the Safety Inspector, because he has a 1-drop. But I think the odds of having a 1-drop, another 1-drop, and a 2-drop, because that's what would have to happen, because he only has 4 mana. I would say probably Safety Inspector to contest the board would be best here.
Gotcha.
And hope it gets rid of Reckoning and not Galloping. Okay, well, that's a little lame. And then you draw. Okay, that's not the greatest, but it's fine. Like, that's fine. And then thoughts on your next turn. There are 2 plays that I could see you making, and I just want to know which one you want to go for.
Yeah, probably Kazakus, just to see if we can get the lifesteal right away. Otherwise, probably Reckoning Northwatch Commander and try and draw something.
Yeah, those are the 2 plays, and like you said, I would probably prefer playing Kazakus as well and look for lifesteal. If not lifesteal, probably like Divine Shield, just to put pressure on the board, and then whatever happens, I think you either want make a copy or deal 3 damage to 2 minions. So 5-drop, obviously.
We do have lifesteal, so I'll go with that.
I'd say lifesteal.
And then summon a copy.
Okay, what are your 3 options?
Freeze, draw 2, or summon a copy.
Okay, summon a copy there would be my choice.
And then likely play that next turn.
Yeah. Wreck is good now. I mean, yes, it's good now, but I think that trying to get lifesteal will be better, because even if he plays, I guess... Whoa, that's weird. Because it would have killed a minion, but Kazakus lifesteal... Because he'd still take the damage from Trampling Rhino, if he had it, right? I'm talking to chat right now. I'm trying to think out, because what he was saying was Reckoning would be good, if not better here. And I think that to some extent, you could have been right, but he's already so low, and he would have taken at least 3 more damage off of that, which would put him to 9 HP. And then he just gets finished off, maybe, with some burst. I think that trying to get lifesteal is better, but maybe I'm wrong. But okay, yeah, what do you...
So trade in the 3 into the taunt, the 1/2 into the 1/1, and play the lifesteal?
Yeah, it's basically what I would do at this point. Oh, never mind. No, what you're saying, Andy, is actually still smart. The Reckoning play is potentially good. But another reason why I didn't want to play Reckoning, or I didn't really care, is because the Scrap Shot could have pumped... There was a 50-50 chance if he had Trampling Rhino in hand that it went on Trampling or just the 1-mana 1/1. So there's also a situation where it would only kill a minion, whereas this way... I kind of just went for a higher risk, higher reward play. Because the Reckoning would have killed his minion, or would have killed the Trampling Rhino, but you still would have taken a ton of damage. But this play means that if a lifesteal minion sticks on the board, he almost guarantees wins at this point. Right? Because now he gets to heal 5 every single turn, and he's got 1 card left in his hand, whereas if he played it, you know, turn 6, he could be at like 6 HP and about to die. And that was just my thought process. Okay, thoughts?
Play the hammer, trade the smaller minions into the 4/4, hammer the 3/2, and then go face with the 5/5.
I would not hammer the 3/2. That would put you to 4 HP, and if he top decks Quick Shot or Arcane Shot, then you would die. So I would hit the 5/5 into the 3/2 to keep it at the most HP. The 2 smaller minions into the 4/4. And now you got a big taunt minion to stop a Trampling Rhino play. And just go face with that, yeah.
Gotcha.
And now if you make it to turn 9, you can either Alexstrasza him to win or Alexstrasza yourself to not die.
Mm-hmm.
The Hunter just missed lethal. 4, 5, 2 is 11.
Hmm.
Oh shoot, did he? But yeah, for that play, Reckoning wouldn't have mattered there either, right? Because the Hunter would have already had lethal. So, that's weird. Actually, did he have lethal? You can start the next game or change decks whenever you want, by the way. I'm going to rewind the stream a second and see if he did. So he had 3... Wait. So he has 4. Wait, no he didn't. He does 4 damage. Oh, 5 with Piercing Shot hero power. It's 4, 9... No, it's only 11. And he'd go down to 1 HP because he was at 12. 1 second. If you look right here, it's a little bit blurry because the stream quality is a little bit lower than video quality, but it's 12 HP here. So Piercing Shot, the 1/1 does 5, plus 4 is 9, hero power is 11, but then Sorcerer would just hit with both 5/5s and heal back up 10 HP, and the game was over either way. So I don't think it really mattered. For the Hunter, anyway. And that's part of the reason why I think trying to play the lifesteal minion was the correct play, because Reckoning wouldn't have prevented lethal, but if he didn't have lethal and he healed up the next turn, it's better. But again, Reckoning for Trampling Rhino was an okay play as well.
Cool. I just sent you over the mage deck, so I'll start up with that. Let me know when you have it copied into your tracker.
Okay. Just go copy. Just make sure it works real quick. Import. Save deck. Give name. Okay, it's in. You can start whenever.
Cool.
And by the way, guys, because the link doesn't work because it says at ecore100, and YouTube live chat, if you at somebody, it like highlights it and it's like, oh, you're talking to this person specifically. But if you still just copy the link and then put it into a browser or whatever, it'll still take you to the correct spot. Greetings from Arizona. I'm wearing an Arizona t-shirt that I got from my uncle who went to Arizona a while ago, so that's a pretty cool coincidence. Okay, what do you want to keep here and why?
So I'm thinking keep the 1 and 2 and get rid of the ring toss and blast.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. And do you want to coin out Incanter's Flow or play Studies and then just Incanter's Flow turn 2 and save the coin?
Let's see. So it's a Warlock. Yeah, it might be worth coining out the Flow since they're going to be going slower most of the time anyway.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. I might keep a Pexus Blast. You already got rid of it, and it's fine either way. But I might keep a Pexus Blast just for guaranteed damage. But Ring Toss, I would say get rid of like 90% there. I don't know, because I know that Warlock's going to be slow. I don't need to like rush anything. So I feel like having the Apexis Blast for damage is fine, but it's not that good. But yeah, I would coin out Incanter's Flow. Sooner you get that out, the better.
cool.
in my opinion. Is the coaching free or is there a fee? There's a fee. It's run through a website called Metafy. It's a pretty cool site, and they actually will have things soon where I can post like lessons and stuff. So you might not, if you don't have time or you don't want to do necessarily like live coaching, there will be an option where you can just like pay, I think probably a lower fee and just get a library of videos specifically designed to like help with mulligans and like when to trade, when not to trade, and all that jazz. But anyway, what do you want to do here?
So primordial studies.
That's what I would do, yeah.
And then see what we get. So we got Solarian, Cobalt, Geomancer.
I
and
see the Discover cards
drop.
now. I actually see them. I don't know why it was bugging out before. I don't know what was going on. I would probably take...
I like Astromancer.
I was going to take Cobalt because the Astromancer putting a minion in your deck kind of messes you up. But if you're okay with that potential, then you can take that Solarian. But I like the Cobalt. And then you can just play
let's try that then.
I wouldn't play it now. I would play it and the Cram Session on the same turn to just draw cards.
Okay, so then just pass.
Yeah. I mean, the Solarian... I actually want to know what people in the chat would do there. Would you take the Prime? Because I really don't think... Like, I'd take the Prime if I've already used a Font of Power or something. But I've used none of those spells yet. I think that I would probably just take the Cobalt. But here I'd probably play Cobalt Cram, probably.
And then save Combustion for the next turn.
Yeah, for more minions, ideally. Yeah. And if you get like a Brain Freeze or something, okay, you don't. But I was gonna say, if you get a Brain Freeze, you can just hit the 1/3 because it would be free. But you didn't, so that's fine. Just pass.
All right.
I never get to Solarian Prime early, but later in the game. Yeah, late game, like I said, if he's already used like a Font of Power or an Apexis Blast, I would say it's worth. Whoa, what? Oh, it was a discovered card. Okay, so that, okay, it's probably not anything different.
Gotcha. No, I've definitely made that mistake before, though, where I threw him out there, and then I'd get, like, Font of Power, and I'd only get to keep one thing, and I was just annoyed at myself.
Yeah. But I would say late game, it would probably be better. Just, it would be fine. So,
Font of Power is free to start with.
I might Refreshing Springwater first, because Font of Power would fill your hand up a lot, so Refreshing Springwater might be a little clunky. You can always just do Font of Power later.
Gotcha.
I just like drawing cards over that. Okay, well, doesn't really change anything. Yeah. So, Font of Power now, and then worst case scenario, you just... You kind of have to kill the 1/3. I was hoping you would draw a Devolving or Brain Freeze there, or a Shooting Star, but unfortunately didn't. I would probably play Font of Power and see what you get.
Alright.
And... Ooh, wait, Lab Partner Combustion's not the worst. I would still target the 1/3 on the left, the legendary one. Because you can't let him generate, like, next turn he Siphons Souls and gets a free Siphon Soul. I think you just have to kill that. It sucks that you didn't get a Brain Freeze, but it's fine. It's only a 1-mana 1/1 now, so it's okay. We don't have an Apexis yet, though, so the Primordial wouldn't have mattered. I mean, yeah, but if you drew Apexis Blast later and Mage has a ton of draw, it would have just been bad. I mean, I guess you could have drawn the Prime with a ton of Mage draw, and then that would have been okay, I guess, because you would have drawn the Prime and the minion wouldn't be in your deck anymore. But I just think it's not worth the risk, because what if the Prime is at the bottom of his deck, right? And then he can't really use his Apexis Blast at all. But okay, thoughts?
Let's see. Ping off the Scorpid.
Okay.
And then... I mean, Ice Barrier just needs to go off at some point, so that's not bad, but we also have the Ring Toss that's been corrupted.
I'd probably just play Ice Barrier, because Ring Toss, what are you really trying to get out of that right now? I'd play it maybe later and try to get like a counter spell off of it or something around turn 8. Like turn 7, it could be like a Apexis Blast, Ring Toss to bait out like a Siphon Soul or something.
Gotcha.
And your hand is too full to really draw cards right now. But we'll see what he does. I don't know. I just like keeping the ring toss because it's the same cost as Ice Barrier, but it has more flexibility for later. I don't know, maybe I'm greedy. I do get told sometimes that I'm a greedy player, but I feel like greed pays off a decent amount of the time. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'd play the free card first because it's free. There's literally no reason not to.
Let's see.
Because, like, now the Prime might not be that bad because you can play it and a Pexus Blast and stuff, and you can get some stuff rolling there. But that's... I feel like of these cards, I would probably take the Solarian, personally.
Okay.
Because, like we said in the chat, once you have drawn some of the cards, it's better.
And then let's see. So if we play... Would you play that and then blast the 7/8?
I would play that in Cram Session and hope you draw Devolving Missiles or Brain Freeze. If you can draw Devolving Missiles or Brain Freeze, you're set. Oh my gosh, how do you not draw any? This is so sad. I would probably Pexus Blast the 3/4.
Okay.
Just to kill it. Dude, how do you not get either of them? Because if you get Brain Freeze or Devolving here, you kill the 7/8. Oh, that's so bad. That's so unlucky. Actually, wow. Siphon Soul, it's unfortunate, but not really unexpected. It's just lame. Wow, you drawn through more than half in your deck and you didn't get either of those. That's kind of sad, but nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Is he going full face? Oh, snap. Wait, that's actually kind of good for you. Okay. What do you want to do here and why? I have a play that I would do, but I want to see what you want to do.
Let's see here. A Flame Strike and then trade in the Solarian.
That's what I was thinking as well, yeah.
And then maybe throw out the Incanter's Flow after that.
Yeah, that's what I would do. You have 2 Arcane Intellects in your hand. This Incanter's Flow is going to be absolutely massive. You're going to reduce the cost of multiple cards. And then, now the goal is hope to draw some Fireballs and burst him down over the course of like 2 turns. What's your opinion on Deck of Lunacy? I see it not in this deck. Any thoughts? I don't like Deck of Lunacy that much anymore. I think at 4 mana it's a bit slow. And even though it is still a very good card, I would just rather have a Secret like Ice Barrier to help you against more aggressive matchups. Okay, so I would probably... Okay, I'm going to throw this out. I think opening with draw is good every time. So I would probably just go Arcane Intellect, see what you draw. Nothing good. Arcane Intellect again. Actually, maybe not Arcane Intellect again. Let's see what you draw. Okay.
Brain Freeze the 6/3.
Yes. And then I would probably Ruined Orb his face, see what I get, and then just Mask of Cthulhu for 10 direct damage. You haven't drawn any Fireballs yet either. And this has been a very weird
we
game.
have one here, though.
Oh, that's worth. I'd take the Fireball, more direct damage, and then just
Mask
for 10 damage, yeah. I mean, you're almost gonna kill him, right? Like, 1 Fireball. I'd still Arcane Intellect first to see if you get cheaper Fireballs or Pexus Blast or something, and then try to kill him over 2 turns. And if he plays a big minion, you got Devolving Missiles to control the board.
Gotcha.
Too slow. If you really need Deck of Lunacy, just try to discover it with Ruined Orb. That's fair. I don't like Lunacy anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I'd still Arcane first. See you draw. You got a Refreshing Spring Water. That's very good. That's just 2 free cards and gain a Mana Crystal. There's no reason to not play that.
Awesome.
Mask and a Fireball. Okay, so you could play... I would probably free Brain Freeze the... Wait, do you have lethal? Hold up, I need to do math here. Free Brain Freeze the 3/4. Mask of Cthulhu. Ruined Orb. Fireball would be 10. That would be 9. Yeah, it's lethal. If you Brain Freeze the 3/4. Then Mask of Cthulhu. That's a guaranteed 9 damage to the face minimum. And then Runed Orb face. And then Fireball finishes them off. With this deck, you could sometimes just get lethal out of nowhere. There's just, yeah, it doesn't matter which card you pick because you have lethal. Yep. Awesome. This deck is so interactive, man. 2 Incanters flow and you just get bursted down in like 2 turns. That's so fun. If you can't tell, I really don't like No Minion Mage. I think it's one of my least favorite decks in the game. I just don't like dying from hand out of nowhere. Because like that Warlock's probably thinking like, what could I have done? I was at like 25 HP. Or he was at 28 HP when you Mask of Cthulhu. And then the following turn, he just died. Even after drawing a Soul Fragment. Like, I don't know. I just don't like losing to that. But you can... Are you searching right now? It says you're searching.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So let's see. I'd want to keep the Incanters flow. Is it worth keeping the Ice Barrier from the beginning with Paladin?
I was thinking about it. I think no. I think it's better to just try to find draw cards to get the most out of Incanters flow.
Gotcha.
Also, just hope for no early Oh My Yogg. If he has a turn 1 or turn 2 Oh My, well, no, just turn 1 Oh My Yogg, then that's kind of sad. But yeah, all you can do is end turn here. I think you went draw. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he wants draw here. Okay, it's fine.
Great. So Incanters flow.
No coin Incanters, or no coin Oh My Yogg. Okay, that's good. So Incanters flow, and then that curves really well. No computer. I do not have a virus. I don't know why you keep giving me that notification. I guess, look at that later. But that curves well into an Arcane Intellect, which could be really sick. I actually like Mage versus Paladin matchups a little bit because Devolving Missiles is just so good at getting rid of like the pumps. I think it's great. I love it. But that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Weird. I risk Arcane Intellect here.
Gotcha.
I mean, if it was Oh My Yogg, why would he have not coined it out earlier? That's my thought process. So I don't think it's Oh My Yogg. Because the card he had in his hand. If he was smart, he would have coined it out turn 1 to bait out Incanters. So I'd still play Arcane Intellect and just assume it's not Oh My Yogg. Yeah, okay, so it's not. And then you can Font of Power. I'd only one Font of Power.
Yeah.
Because it could be Galloping. A bit slow. It's not the worst, but it's not great for a faster matchup like Paladin, but that's fine. Thank God Mage is around to kill Paladins, though. That's true. That is true. Mages do kill Paladins pretty well. Arcane Intellect. I would say, yeah.
And then just hope I get something that'll be low enough to play.
Yeah. Primordial's not the worst.
Yeah, and then see what I can get off of it. Just try and pick something for 2 or less.
Kobold or Lab Partner. I would say, personally, Kobold. But Lab Partner is still very good. It's got 1 extra HP, but I don't think that matters because both of his things have more attack. I probably just play Kobold and then Devolving. Wow, okay. I'd still Devolving because we know it's not Galloping anymore. Maybe we should have Devolving first. Oh no, that 2/3 so... Oh, that's disgusting. You can Apexis Blast that next turn, but it sucks they have to Apexis Blast such a dumb minion. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's such a weak turn. Oh, that's fine. Okay, you're actually in the clear. Seriously, screw Paladin. I played my Rogue the other day and drew my entire deck when the Libram Paladin just plays 4 Librams of Hope and I just feel bad.
Yeah. Is it worth doing the Elemental against that Watchtower?
Oh, that is true. You could play the Elemental here. Oh. That costs 5 now. But, okay, the elemental does 3 damage, right? Okay, that would kill the Watchtower. I'd probably play it, yeah.
Because that would give me something up on the board.
Yeah, I didn't see the elemental. I wasn't really paying attention to the minions in your hand. Ugh. Reckoning does suck. I would just pass.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Alright, so the good thing is, I'm assuming the Apexis Blast will have more than the 3 attack anyway, so at least it got rid of that now.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I hate Conviction. 1 mana for 6 more damage is just too much.
I would probably use Devolve on here, because I don't want to deal with that 4/4 Spider either.
I think you have to play Font first in case it's Oh My Yog.
Let's see.
Okay. What does it give you instead? Maybe it gives you like Backstab or something. That would be kind of cool. Oh! hit the 2. Oh, it doesn't hit the 2. Oh. That's fine. So you could do it in 2 different ways. You could Devolving Missiles and then like Flame Strike. Or you could Flame Strike and then Devolving Missiles to make sure it hits the other thing. That leaves him with the 1/1. I don't know. I'm a risk taker. I'd probably Devolving Missiles first. And as long as it hits the 3/4 once, Flame Strike kills both.
No, I agree. I think that's what I would normally
But it's not going to. I already know. I can tell the future. Dude! I hate this game. I would still just... I guess I Apexis Blast the 3/4 now, because a minion's going to stay up anyway. I guess Refreshing Spring Water would have been smarter first, but we're running out of time. That's so stupid, man. How did I know? Ping Devolve? Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. I had my heart set on the Flame Strike for a while. I should have... Yeah, that was smarter. Oh, man. Ping, Devolve, and then, like, Fireball his face with extra mana. That would have been smarter.
Alright.
Oh, boy. Well, you can just... Oh, my gosh.
Do I want to pop the bubble with the minion, Brain Freeze so it's not Oh My Yog, and then Flame Strike?
And then just Flame Strike, yeah. Dude, pinging was so much smarter. I mean... Oh, wow. I'm so dumb. I apologize. Oh no, it was Oh My Yog. I never would have guessed. Wow. What does it turn into? A Pounce. It's fine. Ecor coaching his bad habits is just evil. Look, man. There was a 12.5% chance we got screwed there. And the reason why I wanted to Flame Strike and not ping is because, let's just say, hypothetically, right? We don't kill everything. He had a Blessing of Authority in hand. We didn't know this going in, but like if we ping and then Devolving Missiles, he's left with a 1/1, right? And then he would have just Blessing of Authority that minion. I was trying to wipe the board entirely, so that way he wouldn't have any minion to pump up, because that's how we were going to lose the game there. I think you're gonna have to use Fireball to kill him. I would go Ruined Orb. See what you get. Maybe you get Devolving or something. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. But I don't think it really matters.
No.
I would just take a Pexis.
Yeah, that makes sense. I still don't have anything in there.
You don't.
So.
Yeah.
Fireball and then trade.
I would Refreshing Spring Water first because you refresh 2 mana crystals, right? And you go up to... Or you refresh 4, you'd go up to still 6, right? That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I guess just...
Or I can do a
Apexis Blast, yeah. Oh my god. This is so sad. If he has Alexstrasza, you're gonna lose anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't think you die. Like, I don't know. Okay, I still stand by the play for trying to use the devolving missiles first. Because my thought process was, against Paladin, you don't want them to have minions on the board. If they have minions on the board and he plays Blessing of Authority, he was gonna lose. So if the devolving missiles hit, it would have been better. But I guess I was wrong. Okay. I would probably... Oh, boy. I would play Jandis and hope to get a taunt to try to survive the weapon. And then I would probably...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have, you know, Shooting Star and you can trade in. Worst case scenario. Oh, wait, okay. Actually, okay. I would make the Scrap Golem the thing that dies. So that way you could maybe ping it yourself and armor up. But I don't think that saves you from Alexstrasza still. Oh, it's so sad. I'd still make Scrap Golem the thing that dies, though, so you gain armor faster. And then I would probably Cram Session.
Trade.
And then,
Cram Session.
I should have Cram Sessioned first, but I panicked and played Jandis. But still Cram Session. You get Combustion.
Oh, Combustion.
Oh, that's pretty good. Combustion and then just Shooting Star the surviving minion. And then just go face for 5. And if he doesn't have Alexstrasza and does not kill you, you could maybe win with Mask of Cthulhu Fireball. But if he has Alexstrasza, you just lose and there's nothing you could do. And it's just a feels bad, man. But, they always have it, man.
Oh, well, it happened. It's like you said, by that point, you know, if he had it, it was going to be done anyway. So.
Oh, wait, he drew it with Talon. We knew for a fact he had it. That was my bad. We knew for a fact that he had it. Well, I apologize. You take too long to make decisions, Zekor. I mean, it's a lot easier to make decisions when I'm making them for myself, though. Like, because I'm also second-guessing absolutely everything, because I'm like, I don't want to mess up this other person. Whereas I probably would have just made those plays immediately right off the bat. But instead, I was trying to make sure that everything was right for him. And I also try to, like, explain things to him at the same time. I don't think it would have mattered. I think the double devolving missiles play, if you had gotten both the taunts in the first one, would have worked. And then trade hit. I guess it didn't matter because he had Alexstrasza. And worst case scenario, he healed himself instead if he didn't have lethal there.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope that I helped in some way. I don't play no minion mage that much, but I hope that the Paladin at least helps, because I play Paladin a lot more than I do mage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it gave you some stuff to think about with making sure I'm more tuned into, you know, what they can kind of do at each level, whoever the opponent is, at each turn, so.
Yeah. And just thinking about trying to find lethal in some ways, because, like, for that Paladin game, although I gave you advice right at the end, I think that trying to go for lethal there was the best play. Because if you don't get lethal, like, that turn, he plays Lady Liadrin, or I guess Alexstrasza in this case. I didn't expect Alexstrasza. And then he just restabilizes and gets 2 more Librams of Hope. So if you didn't end the game like that turn or the next turn, you would have lost. And if you had drawn like Mask of Cthulhu earlier, or your other cheaper Apexis Blast, or your other Fireball, or Arcane Intellect, I feel like you would have won that game. He just didn't draw any of your damage. And it ended up all coming crashing down.
Yeah. But no, I mean, this was great. It gave me some stuff to think about. So thank you, and thanks for going over a little bit too.
Yeah, and sorry that as it went on, I went away from asking you what you would do and why. I don't know. I need to practice this coaching thing more, because the timing of everything's hard. Because having you talk through everything, and then me confirm or give you other ideas, and then coming to a play just takes too long. But like at the end of the day, I don't think that this coaching is necessarily for winning games. I think it's more for learning. So if we make some misplays, or we don't get if we don't make some of the turns, or take too long on a couple of turns, I feel like it's better to have learned and have lost like one game, but, you know, do better next season, than to have like won that extra game, but really, really rushed through it. So I don't know. I have to think about that for future of coaching, but.
Gotcha. No, I mean, I agree as a whole. Like, I'd rather learn something than just have, like, a little win streak going on. So this was great for that.
Okay. Well, sorry for making you a little bit of a guinea pig.
Of course, yeah, no problem. You have a good rest of your day, though.
You too. You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.